Hey, what's up guys? Sean here. So a couple weeks ago in a live stream, we were talking about beginner wood carving knives. And it got me to thinking, I needed to buy something that you might buy off of Amazon for your first carving knife. So I decided to go ahead and pick up the Beaver Craft C2 6.5 inch knife. We're gonna open it up and take a look at it and do a little carving with it, see how it works. Let's get it. So along with the knife, I picked up some safety carving gloves and a little bag of basswood off of Amazon. So if you're going to be trying carving for the first time, I highly suggest some safety gloves, some wood carving gloves. And this basswood from Amazon is just really nice. It comes in a couple different sizes. There is some smaller pieces, and I have used a few pieces of this to test it out for carving. Got these little smaller pieces, and it also comes with these little bit bigger pieces. So depending on what you're trying to carve, you may actually just cut this up into smaller pieces. But today I think we're going to use one of these little small pieces to just try it out. So let's open this knife up, see what it looks like, and take it for a ride. Okay, so first up, let's pull this thing out of the box and just see what it looks like coming out of the box. So the box, this is what it looks like. It says premium wood carving knife, Beaver Craft. And it also says that it is made in Ukraine on the box. Has a 10-year guarantee. So it says our wood carving tools carry a 10-year guarantee from the original purchase date. You can read more about it at the website. And you have to, I guess, register it for your warranty to be good. It also has this little QR code, and the QR code says check out 150 free tutorials. So that's pretty cool. Now this knife came in at just under $13 on Amazon, and thought we might take a look at it, because rather than buying a $200 knife to start with to learn on, you might buy something like this. So I'm gonna open it up, take a look at it, and let you see what you're getting for the money. All right, so first up, this is what it looks like. The handle feels good. It actually feels pretty good in the hand, honestly. The blade feels good and thick. It is a Scandi grind on either side. Now, that's a little odd, and I don't know if I like that or not. So obviously this is a rat tail knife, which most of your carving knives are going to be rat tails. But this has the hole drilled in it, and it has the blade glued in it, but it just has an opening down through there. So it feels solid, but I don't know how I feel about that having those holes on either side of it. So this is not varnished or anything, it's just your regular wood finish feeling on there. So if you got this knife, I would suggest putting some linseed oil on it first. Now I haven't touched this blade at all. I just took it out of the box, and it looks okay. Let's see if it'll shave. Feels sharp. Yeah, it definitely shaves right out of the box. So that's pretty nice. You can see that right out of the box. So it shaves. So I'd say that the blade is about an 1/8 inch thick, or maybe a little less. It's not real flexible. The website says that the handle is roughly 4 3/4, and the blade itself is 1.6 inches. So let's do a little carving with it and see how it does. Now what I've done is I've taken one of our 1x1 blocks, and I have cut it down into a triangle, and we'll carve the typical little wood spirit that I've been used to carving. Let's just see how this thing does. So first off, let's just hog off a piece of the top here and just see how it cuts. Feels like it cuts pretty good, honestly, for a $13 knife. Now, obviously, this is not a $200 knife, so it's not going to be the greatest. But for a $13 knife, it did that pretty smooth. So, feels pretty good. Now, what I'm really looking for is edge retention to see if it holds that edge. And I've done nothing to the edge. See if it'll hold that edge. And I want to see if this thing is going to start wiggling. The gnats are horrible out here, guys. So, just cut me a little break on the gnats. So, we're going to go ahead and do a little carving. And then I'll let you know how it does when I'm done. Okay, now here's something I want to show you. I've been carving with it just a little bit, and I'm kind of getting a roughed out shape going here. But the tip of this thing is really sharp. And the way you can kind of tell that is when I get close to the edge of this, it wants to chip out right here. But that thing cut it all the way to the edge on both sides there. It didn't break them off, it didn't chip them out. So the tip of that thing is still really sharp. So far, so good. No wiggling, no nothing. So we're gonna keep going. Well, guys, we're running out of light, but will it carve? Yes, it will. Now, this was just a little quick carving because it's in the evening and I was running out of light, so I didn't do a whole lot of detail. But if you look, you can see that I can get little fine detail with the tip of it. And honestly, the thing works pretty good. It's pretty comfortable in the hand. I like the way it feels. Now, is it still sharp? Let's see if it'll still shave. Yes, it actually will still shave. So, after using it to carve this thing, the edge is good enough to shave with still. The knife blade itself still feels strong and sturdy. It doesn't feel loose at all. I may be a little bit overcautious with that hole in there. We'll just have to see over time. But is it a good carving knife to start with? A beginner carving knife? For 13 bucks, I don't see how you could go wrong with this little knife, to be honest myself. You're not out much if you decide you don't like it. And I think this is a good entry-level beginner knife to carve with. It got me through this fine. It didn't really give me a bunch of fatigue in my hands, so that's nice. And I think that really is due to the size and the shape of this handle. I really like it. Now, who is this knife for? Is this knife for a serious carver? No. This is not a $200 knife. And would I recommend you to buy a $200 knife to start off with? No. I'm not going to do that. Now, I know you're going to hear people say, buy once, cry once. But being a guitar player myself, I know that people who are just learning how to play guitar do not start with a $2,800 Les Paul. You're not going to do it. You need to figure out whether or not it's something you're going to enjoy doing. I think that if you enjoy carving and crafting, that kind of stuff, I believe this knife is going to be a good entry-level knife for you. It's going to get you in there. It's going to get you interested. And I believe you will work up from this to a higher level, much nicer knife. But honestly, for a beginner knife, this little Beaver Craft, is that what it's called again? This little Beaver Craft knife, I believe this is a good entry-level knife. Now, I know I'm going to get comments. Sean, why are you not wearing the safety gloves that you bought? Because Sean's got these great big old mitts from trimming horse hooves. And even though I bought what I believe to be extra large gloves, I can get my hands this far in it, but I can't get them down in the fingers. So that's how it goes. Maybe I'll keep working on it and try to shove them down in there and break them in. Who knows? I hope you got your tickets for Wild Camp. If not, I believe at this time there is a couple tickets left. So I'll leave a link in the comments below for the Eventbrite. And jump over there and get those tickets if you want to join us at the Wild Camp. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. I know it's short and sweet this week, but I wanted to bring this knife to you and let you take a look at it because we talked about it a couple weeks ago. And I think it's going to be a good little knife for some of you guys to try out to start with. So if you like this video, give it that big thumbs up for me. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. You can follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. Appreciate you guys watching. See you next week.